Hi, this is James Jones, and welcome to the workshop. Today I have my good friend Rachel Rofe on. Now, Rachel is a multiple best-selling author who has been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine, Women's World, Huffington Post, and Fox News. She began internet marketing in 2006. She's developed over 30 products. She has 40 different Kindle books. She bought and sold companies with as many as 120 employees. She has a popular podcast called A Better Life and speaks worldwide about marketing online, and her favorite part, she does all this while living the internet lifestyle, traveling the world and living a life she has consciously architected. Now, Rachel's latest mission is to teach online entrepreneurs like you how to sell in-demand products on major online marketplaces like eBay and Amazon without having to spend any money on designs, outsourcing, or ads. And specifically today, you're going to learn how to make butt-ugly designs that sell like gangbusters on sites like Amazon and eBay, how to get your products listed and selling even if you have no experience, and most important thing, how to scoop up tons of low-hanging sales in the upcoming holiday season. So let me ask you now, before we bring Rachel on, who wants to make some money in the holiday season coming up? You know, right now from next week until December the 24th is going to be huge. So who wants to make money during this holiday season? Just type in the chat and let me know that you're ready to do that. All right, excellent, excellent. Looks like everyone is ready to make some money, Rachel. So are you going to show us how to do it?
Absolutely.
Great, great. All right, so anytime you're ready to get started, you can go ahead and take it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for having me here, guys. I'm really excited to share this presentation with you. And as James said, this is all about how you can look over my shoulder as I show you how you can make daily sales on the world's biggest e-commerce sites without spending any money upfront at all. And I know I just kind of threw a lot of words at you, so let me kind of explain what the big idea is, what the big idea here is, what we're going to talk about. Basically, there are ways that you can very easily create products that you put, like you make designs and you put them on top of products like mugs and shirts and necklaces. Put them on some of the world's biggest e-commerce sites like Amazon, Etsy, eBay, other sites, and basically you can sell them. You don't have to own any inventory, you don't have to buy anything, and then every time you make a sale, the items get created on demand, shipped from within the United States to your customers, and you don't have to lay out anything. It's really cool, and we'll go into all the different details as we go on. Now, I know if you watch, like a lot of presentations, people tell you a little bit about them, and some people have the rags to riches stories and things like that. But I have a lot of content with you here that I want to share here with you, so I'm not going to waste your time with that. But I do want you to know that I at least kind of know what I'm talking about here. So you can see here, I pulled this today. This is from my Amazon dashboard, the last 30 days. We're still pretty early on in the day, but $12,322 in the last 30 days on Amazon. And then I also sell on other platforms like eBay and Etsy, like I was mentioning. I have a Shopify store, so different places. So it ends up being a pretty cool side income for something that, by the way, this isn't even my main business model. I spend probably less than an hour a week on this total, so you're going to see exactly how I'm doing that. You're going to see how easy this is. So what you'll need to know before we dig in is I do go fast. Make sure your distractions are closed off. You're giving this your full attention. I have a ton of content ready for you. And sometimes I had a little bit of espresso just before this because it's midday. I didn't know if I was going to have the midday slump, so I might go even faster than normal. So please make sure you're giving this full attention. All right. First, we're going to talk about, I'm just going to give you a couple reasons why this system rocks, then I'm going to go into what we're going to cover, and then we're going to dig into it. So 5 reasons why this is such a great system, why you want to pay attention. First thing is the way that we do this, I call this my low-hanging system, is it helps you get in front of thousands of people without having to learn search engine optimization. You don't have to pay for ads or anything like that. You're basically leveraging these sites like Amazon and Etsy and eBay, who are they have some of the most trafficked websites in the world, and you just put up listings. You get in front of all of the customers extremely easily, and that's why you're able to see success so fast. You also don't need to spend any money. With this system, you don't need to buy inventory, you don't need to pay for designs, you don't need to pay for ads. It's extremely simple, very risk-free to get started. You can spend as much time as you want on it. As I mentioned, I spend probably an hour or less a week on this, and I actually treat it as something, as kind of a stress buster. If I'm feeling stressed, I enjoy doing it, but it's not a main business model. It's very simple. This is something that we have even kids doing because it's so easy to do, especially once you kind of get the system down. And it creates a lot of passive income. Here's just one screenshot from my email where you can see over and over different sales all in one day. And the listings that I'll show you to create, they're very kind of set it and forget it. So you put up your listing and then Amazon or Etsy or eBay, it starts to do the heavy lifting for you, and you can go and make more and more listings. Now, it's not just me who, by the way, is doing really well with this. Here's someone who, I have a system which I'll talk to you about in a second here, or in a couple of minutes, but someone tried this. Like, he went through some of my training videos. He created his first campaign in the morning, and then he made his first sale before noon. So this type of thing works very, very well. And now it's time for you to enjoy this as well. So as James mentioned when he was introducing me, he said that I had kind of a lot of different business models, and I like to figure out how to make things as easy as possible. That's kind of my thing. And so I've put the low-hanging method, that's what I call this, into a 7-step system, and it's very formulaic. You just follow the steps and you make money. And if you follow my guidelines, you really can't do it wrong. I've put a ton of information together here to show you what that system is, and I'm going to give you as much as I can here in our hour together. So what we're going to cover, we're going to go over how you can make ugly designs that sell like gangbusters on sites like Amazon and eBay, how you can find winning concepts in seconds, how to sell hundreds of products without ever touching inventory or buying anything, how to get your items sent from the United States and someone in Europe on your behalf, how to get your products listed and selling even if you have no experience, how to scoop up tons of low-hanging sales in the upcoming holiday season. Right now we are in a perfect time for this. Exactly how you can make daily sales without spending any money up front, and you'll walk away knowing exactly how to get started. My commitment exactly to you here is that you're going to learn exactly how you can make daily sales on the world's biggest e-commerce sites without spending any upfront money whatsoever. Now, I know I went over some big bullets here, and I'm making some big promises. So first of all, I want you to know that we're absolutely going to cover these things. And like with other presentations, I'm going to have an offer for you at the end. And if you feel like I haven't fulfilled on what I've promised you so far, and you don't feel like you know everything that I've told you I'm going to cover, then I don't want you to even consider it. Hopefully that sounds fair to you. If it does, please type in yes in the question box. I'm going to get a sip of water, and then we're going to dig into the system. James, if you can let me know what people are saying, that'd be awesome.
All right, Rachel, absolutely. We've got questions coming in already, too. So if you're asking a question right now, that's fine. I'm going to mark it for Rachel when we get to the Q&A portion. Then I'll ask that question to Rachel, okay? I don't want to stop her now while she's got the caffeine in her. Going good. Yeah, so we're getting tons and tons of yeses here.
Okay, awesome. And if anyone asks something that you feel like it might hinder them from going forward and understanding the training, feel free to interrupt me. And then if not, yeah, probably a lot of the questions will be answered as we go throughout the content. Okay, cool. So the first thing we are going to do, step 1 in the system, is to come up with a concept. Now, when I say come up with a concept, I mean a design idea that we're going to put on top of products like the mugs, the necklaces, and so on. Now, the good news about this is you really can't mess up. This isn't something where you need to do some ninja analysis or research or anything like that. My method, I call it the low-hanging method because it's supposed to be extremely simple. And so we're just going to basically take a bunch of spaghetti, throw it at the wall, and see what sticks. Now, to really drive this home, these mugs are all on the Amazon bestseller list. All of these have been sold several thousand times. Now look at them. They're only text-based. They're pretty hideous. I mean, the middle one doesn't have the right grammar. The one on the right is like pixelated like crazy. But people don't really care very much in terms of like with the designs. They just want to make sure that the mugs or different products you sell are either funny or sentimental, or they have a message that they really like. So it's very easy. It's not like You don't need to create masterpieces or anything like that. And you can come up with so many different ideas. So I'm going to give you a couple different routes here of the ways that I come up with ideas. And if you have questions as we go on, I'm happy to answer them. It's very, very simple though. So for the example that I'm going to go over here, I'm going to say, let's say that I decide I want to make a mug in the crocheting market. I just think of randomly a niche. I don't have any ninja way of coming up with crocheting. I just think, okay, cool, let's try that. What I would do is, one of the things I would do would be to go to Google Images, and I would look for a niche that's complementary. So maybe not crocheting exactly, but maybe like knitting, something that's similar. And I'm going to start to look for inspiration from there. So let me actually take you off these slides here and take you to Google Images and show you how that works. Okay, so if I'm trying to look for something for crocheting and I want to look for something complementary, I might go to Google Images and do something like funny knitting meme. And I'll just click over here on Images. And we get a ton of different ideas. Now the reason why I'm looking for a complementary niche is because I don't want to just completely copy what other people have, but I'm probably going to get some really good ideas from similar niches. Just like if I was doing something for basketball, then I'd maybe look up funny soccer memes or something. And let's see here if we open up some of these. Okay, this one says, what do you mean knitting doesn't count as exercise? Now that's something we could very easily do for crocheting as well. Because a lot of these designs that we create, by the way, they're only text-based. We don't do images at all. It's super simple to do. And what I normally do is I have a little design idea file, so I'll just start here, and I just type in the things I see, like, what do you mean crocheting doesn't count as exercise? Then we go through. I'm driving slowly because I'm crocheting you a sweater in my head. That would be another design that we could use. Bored, crochet all the things. The first rule of crocheting club, do not talk about crocheting club. You should be crocheting. So you can see here, there are tons of different ideas that we can create very quick, and I'm going to show you later on how you can make these designs so quickly so that if you get hundreds of ideas within a couple of minutes, you can also make the designs really within the hour and just have tons and tons of listings ready to go. On this one, it's not a hobby, it's a post-apocalyptic life skill. You could either have a picture or you could just say crocheting. It's not a hobby, it's a post-apocalyptic life skill. That's a good word. You need another hobby besides crocheting, we could have done. Friends discover you crochet, endless old lady jokes. Maybe that will be one that we make, because I'm actually going to make a design here in real time with you guys to see how easy it is. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea here. And this is just one way of looking for images, right? Because I did funny knitting meme, I could do funny knitting mug, and we're going to get a whole bunch of other ideas. I could do funny knitting shirts, I could get tons more, I could do sentimental knitting mug, all kinds of things. I'm going to type this in here and I'll explain what this is in a couple moments. So that's option one. Another thing you could do is just go over to Pinterest and get some ideas there too. So if we do something like funny knitting quotes, that in, and there's a free Pinterest Chrome extension. It's actually not officially from Pinterest, but it's called Pinterest Sort, and you can take the results that you have from any Pinterest search and then sort them by repins, which means that the pins that have gotten pinned more than any other pin, the ones that get pinned the most, I guess that was probably the less clumsy way of saying it, show up first, so that you got to see what people are responding really well to. For example, this one says, oh, it's not clicking. Here we go. What do you mean I have enough yarn? Have you seen my Pinterest boards? It's like you don't even know me anymore. Probably wouldn't use the Pinterest thing on the design file just because Pinterest is probably trademarked, but here's one. If you only knew how much swearing was stitched into your hand-knitted gift, could you hand crochet gift? Yay, crocheting. If I could just find a way to read and knit at the same time, my life would be perfect. If I could just find a way to read and crochet at the same time. Keep calm and finish it for next Christmas. And then you could do the same thing with Pinterest where you search for either funny knitting quotes or funny knitting jokes, memes, images, all kinds of things. And then you get a zillion more ideas that way as well. Then you can also look on sites that you can look by bestseller ranking. already paying for. Oops, I typed in the wrong, I meant to put in funny knitting mug here. So we'll do that. That's going to take a second, but basically you could go through the different sites and see what comes up with the best-selling mugs or what people save the most on sites like Etsy and things to get different ideas of other things that people would be interested in. So I'll go back to this if I remember and show you what the results were here. But hopefully you guys see how easy it is to come up with tons and tons of different ideas of things that you can sell. So we went over Google Images, we went over Pinterest, and the other thing that you can do is take existing designs and pop them on different products. Now, if you guys, I know for a while there was a popular kind of trend to sell t-shirts, and you may have tried t-shirts and put different designs on t-shirts and tried to sell and ran Facebook ads to them. The thing with Facebook ads is it's hard to make money on all of your designs, especially because so many people are competing against you. But what I've noticed is if you take the designs that may not have sold with Facebook, but you throw them on mugs or shirts or different things, and you put them on the e-commerce sites, you'll get low-hanging passive sales without having to do anything. You don't have to risk money. So if you have things sitting around, you may as well throw them on different products. So let's recap and some things to remember here from step 1, finding your concept. First is, we want to look back when we're looking for designs to create and put them on products. So we want to look for products where groups of people are buying versus random ideas. So when I say that, people might go to Amazon or Etsy and maybe they type in funny knitting mug. So we want to serve them funny knitting mugs versus just kind of phrases that we think are clever, because we're going on these sites that have these customers that are ready to buy and they just basically need to see that you have whatever they want to spend money on. So we try not to get clever. The whole point of the system is to be extremely simple. You also don't need to copy completely. You can make variations. So maybe you find one design and in the knitting you find the words and you change around the words a little bit to make it the same kind of message but unique wording. You could certainly do that. You can change out your words to become brand new concepts. For example, maybe we find something that says keep calm and crochet, but you could take out crochet and you could do play basketball, scrapbook, knit, and then you have one design that you can scale across all kinds of different niches extremely easily. We also want to start with word-based designs. Some of the things you can do with images are really easy. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but the word-based designs just make it super simple. I'll walk you through, as I said, how you can make that. And we're just throwing spaghetti at the wall here when we're coming up with these different niches, but if you're feeling blank, if you can't even think of any kind of niche, then just go to bestseller or trending list. You can do a search for Amazon bestseller novelty mugs or go on Pinterest and see what's trending and then just start from there. So hopefully that all makes sense, and if it does and you guys are ready for step 2, please type in yes while I get another sip of water. And James, if you can let me know what people are saying, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure will. And if you have any questions now, go ahead and type them in because I'm marking the questions as we go, and we'll cover them at the end. There's some that I'm just going to chat into you if I happen to just know the answer. All
okay.
right, getting lots of yeses here. People are ready to move on. When you're ready, Rachel.
Let's do it. Okay, so step 2 is to make a great design. As I was saying, text-based designs do really, really well. Here is a screenshot on the background of some of the best-selling mugs on Amazon. If you notice, most of these are text-based. I just blacked out some of them because they had curses and I didn't want to offend anybody, but you can see here how simple this is to make. You could very easily make these types of designs, and these are the types of things that are selling thousands and thousands of products, of mugs. Here is, we have a Facebook group for the low-hanging system. Someone typed in, she said, this is hard to believe, but I searched for the #1 novelty coffee mug on Amazon. Here's what I got. It's just a black mug with a word that says meh. I mean, unbelievable, right? Like, this is how easy it is to sell products, because all you need to do, like I was saying, is have something, serve something up for people that either makes them smile or sentimental or they like the message. These are impulse buys, so it's not like they have to research for hours and debate and hem and haw if they want to buy these types of products. They're usually less than 20 bucks. My mugs I normally price at $14.95. And so you just get the right message and you're good to go. To give you guys some examples of the different types of things that I sell, and then we'll get into how to actually create the design, here are some. This one is one that says, you are the luckiest dad in the world. I'd love to have me as a daughter. And the reason why I created this one was because I saw a mug that said, Like I just searched for something like funny boyfriend mug, and I found a mug that said, "You're the luckiest guy in the world. I would love to be dating me." And I thought, well, I wonder how I can kind of switch this around to other niches. So the first thing I did was, "You're the luckiest dad in the world. I'd love to have me as a daughter." I probably should have done, "I'd love to have me as a kid," but I did, "I'd love to have me as a daughter. I'd love to have me as a son." I did one for "You're the luckiest mom in the world." And what happened is these mugs for Father's Day and for Mother's Day, they did extremely well. I've sold hundreds of this one, and you can see it's so simple, and they still sell after Father's Day. But it's not like they sell necessarily every single day, but I might sell 1, 2, 3 a month or something, because people are maybe searching for like father's birthday gifts or something. And then you can scale this. You might want to do, "You're the luckiest brother in the world. I'd love to have me as a sibling. You're the luckiest aunts," whatever. It goes on and on. Another way that I did this, I had one that said, "You're the luckiest teacher in the world. I'd love to have me as a student." And what I found was a lot of people in the beginning of the school year were looking for teacher gifts. And so this one started getting picked up a lot. And you can do the same thing with, "You're the luckiest client in the world. You're the luckiest," all kinds of things. You can see the endless permutations here of different designs that you can come up with. And this is just text. I use text spinners, so I just put in some text, and then I click a button, and I have the text kind of change form until I see something I like, which you'll see here shortly. Here's another one that I did. It says, "I do this for the money, said no policeman ever." All I did was enter in, "I do this for the money, said no policeman ever." I clicked the little button, and then the text kept spinning, and this came out. Now you can do this for really any kind of job. You could do a firefighter, civil servant. Maybe if a job is well paid, you could do, "I do this for the respect, said no lawyer ever," that kind of thing. Again, endless permutations. Here's another one. "My brain has too many tabs open." Very simple to create, and it sells often. So the main way that I like to create my images is by using an app called WordSwag. Now, if you don't have a smartphone, don't worry. I'm also going to show you how you can do this on a desktop-based tool. But if you have an iPhone or an Android, WordSwag is an app. It's $4.99. You pay one time, and it's awesome. Here's how it works. The first thing you see when you get into the app is you have an option of lots of different backgrounds that you can choose. So you choose transparent backgrounds because we want to have words that are on a transparent background so we can very easily put them on top of products. And you click that, and then you're going to see a screen that says double tap me to change text. So what you do is you just double tap it to change text. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then you get a screen that looks like this, and then you just put in whatever text you want. Here I put in, "This is an awesome example." And then there's going to be a bunch of different fonts that you can choose from. There's 4 showing up here, but if you keep swiping, you'll get all different types of fonts. And then within each font, if you click the little dice on the bottom, you're going to get different variations of that font. So it may be bigger or smaller or different kind of spacing. Now, an example, this is an awesome example with one font. When I press it again, I get this. Press it again, I get this. And you could even do colors on your mugs and all different types of things. Now, usually, by the way, I don't like to do color. I like to do things black and white. And the reason why is because when you're putting these products on these massive sites with tons of buyers, the more kind of generic it is, the more the odds are that you're going to be able to appeal to more people. Because, for example, if I were to make this pink and some people don't like pink, they're not going to purchase. But black and white is pretty generic. It's hard to offend anybody with black and white, and it just works really well. Of course, if you want to do specialty shops and you want to graduate later on or something, you totally can. But generally, black and white is the way to go. And you just hit save, and then boom, it says done, pick successfully saved to camera roll. And then you take that and you put it on top of the products, and I'll walk you through how you can do that shortly as well. So it's really cool. PicMonkey is another way that you can create your designs. Let me actually walk you over to PicMonkey and show you how you can do it there. Oh, and here we go. These came up with some knitting ideas. So if you wanted to, I guess I can quickly show you, if you wanted to go on something like Amazon and sort by bestseller ranking, this sorts out by which knitting mugs were the most popular, eBay, which ones have the most sales, Etsy, the most favorites, SKUs, all kinds of things. And really I just wanted to show you this so that you could see there are so many ways to come up with different ideas of things that you can sell. Okay, so if we go to PicMonkey, this is a free tool, and I think they have a service. It's $4.99 a month. It gets rid of ads and something else. I pay for it because I like PicMonkey. I want to support them, but you could do it for free. And let's see here. What did we come up with? Okay, we'll do this one. Friends discover you crochet and this old lady jokes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the other one because I want to show you something. All right, so the first thing that we do here is we just click transparent canvas and hit apply. And then we can go over to text, hit add text, and then we can do all kinds of things. So I am going to put crocheting here in a new line. We can center the text. The reason I want crocheting, by the way, to be in the new line is because maybe I have for now, what do you mean crocheting doesn't count as exercise? But who knows, maybe after this presentation I'll come back, I'll erase crocheting, and then I'll put in play, or I guess playing basketball would be exercise, scrapbooking, knitting, you know, all kinds of things to come up with tons of products very quickly. And then we can also very easily just change around the fonts. Yep. So if we want to do that, that would be fine. You can type, you can have one font for some of the words, one font for the other, but I think this is totally fine. And I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Okay, perfect. So now we have a design. And I know this is hideous, guys, I get it, but remember when I showed you the other mugs that we're selling, hundreds of them, people don't care. People who like crocheting, they're going to see this and they're going to laugh. People in crochet clubs might start buying it for the other people that are in their clubs and stuff. This is the type of thing that we might roll our eyes at it, but the right people will absolutely love it. Then I'm just going to go back here and I'm going to crop this. And I'll hit apply, and that's it. You see we have a design already, so I'm just going to save that, and we're really good to go. Crochet example. Save that. Perfect. And there are really, you know, countless ways to get your designs as well, because you can do the PicMonkey, you can do word swag, you can hire people for designs if you want, but I don't recommend that you hire people until you're starting to make money with the other ways that I share with you, because I can't really stress home enough that I want this to be low-hanging. I don't want it to be something where you're spending lots of money or anything until you get to see a return on investment. But you could come up with different images. There's something that I do actually where I will go on sites that have free pictures and that are fine for commercial use, and I'll use those free commercial use images and I'll put them on top of products as well. There's so many different things that you can do here, and really the sky's the limit with this. So to recap and some things to remember, again, start with simple word-based designs. There's really no need to spend money on fancy designs until you're making sales. Simpler the better. Black and white is just fine. And the more intricate and fancy you get, the less mass market. Might be fine for a specialized store, but really we want to go for a broad appeal where all the thousands of customers are, where we can get as much low-hanging fruit as possible. So hopefully that all makes sense. I'm going to get another sip of water here. If you guys are ready for step 3, please say so in the question box. James, let me know what people are saying.
All right, and once again, be sure to get your questions in. If you have questions about this step or any of the prior steps, go ahead and type it in the chat here because I'm marking the questions as we go. And Rachel, when you come back, if you would real quick cover what exactly is a meme?
Oh,
a couple people asking that.
Yeah, so I don't know what the exact definition is. I guess we can look it up real quick. But when I see memes, I think of just funny viral pictures that are passed around a lot. Is the meme definition: an element of a culture or system of behavior that may be considered to be passed on. All right, here's another one. A humorous image, video, piece of text, etc. that's copied, often with slight variations, and spread rapidly by Internet users. And the cool thing about the memes, if it's being spread rapidly by Internet users, it means that it's funny and people are responding to it, which is why I like to look for meme versus just image or picture or something.
Perfect. Great definition.
Awesome. Google, help me out on that one. All right, are we good to go?
Yep, looks like we're good to go.
Awesome. Okay, so next step is to launch our products on usegearbubble.com. So I'm going to actually walk you over there now and show you how you can do this. So you just go over to Launch Campaign, and you can see here that there are several different products. I use mug as a lot of my examples, but you can take that same design we just created and put it on a coffee mug, a necklace, bracelet, shirts, phone cases. I don't usually do the hats or beanies because those two products are the only ones with approval processes, pillowcases and posters. And so that one design that we've made is now turning into 7 different products. Well, 7 different products for right now, but as I'll show you here in a second, it can actually be way more than that because we can take that design, we can put it on an 11-ounce coffee mug, a 15-ounce coffee mug, pink, silver, gold, and there's even more variations of products that we can sell all from one design. What we're going to do here is we're going to hit Upload Design, Upload Graphic, find that crochet example. Here we go. We're just going to make it a little bit bigger. Perfect. And that's really that. We're going to hit Duplicate Image on back so that the same picture shows up on the back. So if people are left-handed or right-handed, it doesn't matter. They're still going to have their image. And we hit, and the base price I usually just leave alone, but you can do whatever you want. My Amazon, Etsy, eBay price is normally $14.95. We can hit Next Step. And then we will just name this whatever the mug is called. So what do you mean crocheting doesn't count as exercise? You leave the description blank. Category tags you can leave blank. A campaign link, that doesn't matter because we have this automatically defaulted to evergreen. Then we just come up with whatever kind of URL you want. So I'm just going to put in random words. It really doesn't matter what you put for the URL. Basically, we just need to have some kind of page within the site to store your picture. And we're going to go, I read and agreed to the terms of service and can confirm images, slogans, and content do not infringe. Perfect. Infringe. All right, so here we go. We have basically a web page now where people can either go there directly to buy, which, by the way, I do sometimes get sales on Gearbubble just for having the image up. People might be searching around Gearbubble and they'll see something that they think is funny and they'll buy it. But mostly we're going to want to take the pictures here, this picture, and put them on the other e-commerce sites. Because now, even though we didn't buy any inventory or really do anything, we have products that are ready to go and sell. All right, so that was that. And then remember, if you have your existing designs, go and grab those and then just pop them on as many products as you can, because really it's just, it's just so easy to go and create extra income from it. And here's an example I wanted to show you from somebody who just posted on the Gearbubble store. He posted in our Facebook group that he made 4 sales from just that alone, and then he was making more sales on the other site. So you can certainly make sales from just Gearbubble. So what I would love to know so far is, we still have more content. I have a lot more to show you, but I'd love to know so far if this has been eye-opening. Type in yes, type in whatever you'd like in the question box. James, please let me know what people are saying. I'm going to get another sip of water here.
All right, Rachel. Yeah, getting lots and lots of yeses still coming in. Lots of greats. Very cool. Wow. Eye-opening. Love it, Rachel. Lots of good hints. Perfect. Love it. Yes. This is eye-opening.
Awesome.
Great.
Good. Thank you. That pumps me up. Cool. So now we have products ready to sell, and so I'd love to give you the rest of the system. So in a moment, I'm going to show you steps 4 through 7. We went through 1 through 3, but as I mentioned, I have a course that I'm going to offer you, and whether or not you get it, I'm going to show you now steps 4 through 7. I want them to be crystal clear for you so that you can experience all of this for yourself. You can do this all yourself. I'm going to show you the entire system, and I'm also going to walk you through creating an Amazon listing. Because I want to have time to give you all the content and tell you about the course, I'm basically going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, and I'm going to, as I explain the course, walk you through how to do specific things. And make sure that you pay attention here because look at the system, you'll also see exactly how you can create an Amazon listing. I know that gets a lot of people stuck with that Amazon listing part. I'll walk you through exactly how easy that is. So first, you have steps 1 through 3. To recap, we went over how to find a niche and come up with concepts, how you can make a great design, and how you can launch your products on usegearable.com. The next step in the system is to find sales getting keywords so that you can get found. I like to do this before I start listing the products on other sites because once you have the correct keywords, you'll be able to just enter them right into the titles of your products. Now, in the course, we go over how you can figure out the obvious and not so obvious terms that people are searching for. For example, maybe someone is looking for funny crocheting mug. That would be one keyword, but there are other things that people might be looking for, like funny crocheting mug for grandma, or different things that if you know how to find those, then you can put them in your listings and get more sales. You also learn the best tools for automating your keyword research so that you can get things done as quickly as possible, hand it off to outsourcers, and you can see how many searches per month there are for keywords. So you can grab the best fruit, the low-hanging fruit possible. The next step is to launch on Amazon. I do an entire section for Amazon, and then we get into the other sites just because there's so much opportunity on Amazon. It's unbelievable, and we'll walk through that. What we cover in the course is first, how you can rank highly on Amazon search engines so people can find and buy your items. Because just taking the items and putting them on Amazon, honestly, sometimes you'll just get sales just from doing that. You don't have to do anything. Most of the time, there's a couple little tweaks you can do. It's still extremely quick, but if you do those tweaks, you can bounce higher on Amazon search engines, make it so that more people see you and you make more sales. So we cover that. We show you how you can find people who would love to buy discounted products to increase your sales ranking. And the reason why we do this is because basically Amazon will rank your items higher on the search engine. So if someone's searching funny crocheting mug, for example, and you've just sold your product at a discounted rate to a couple people, you've taught Amazon basically that people like your mug, and so they're going to rank you higher. So when someone types in that funny crocheting mug, you'll be one of the first ones that they see. You'll also learn how to sell personalized mugs, which customers absolutely love this feature. Personalized mugs are amazing. You can take that same mug that you might charge $14.95 for and instead charge like $29.95 or $39.95 very easily just because you're adding in someone's name or a date or something. And we'll go into that in a little bit as well. We cover how to set up your accounts the easy way. We have an interview with an Amazon expert who's making $500 a day on Amazon. And I went through and asked her a bunch of questions. She gives lots of tips on what you can do to maximize your listings, how you can sell on Amazon as an international seller, simple ways to use sponsored ads. If you guys see here on this slide, you can see my sponsored ads income, and I barely know how to use sponsored ads, to be completely honest. I show you exactly what I'm doing, but I'm getting really awesome results. You can see the top one you can ignore. It's not from a mug, but $2.12 I spent line 2, made back $136. Spent 31 cents, made back $64.75. Spent 69 cents, $59.75 in sales. It's really awesome if you know how to use it. So we'll go over that and a lot more in the Amazon section. And now I'm going to actually walk you through how you can list a mug on Amazon so you can see how simple this is. Take you out here and bring you into Seller Central. Now, Seller Central is where you can list your products. It's sellercentral.amazon.com, and you're just going to go into inventory and then add a product. So what we do, because we don't have, this product is completely brand new, we just created it ourselves, we go to create a new product listing, and we're going to search for our products category. So I just look for novelty coffee mug, we hit find category, and then we find the appropriate category. This one looks good to me. Coffee mugs, home and kitchen, kitchen and dining, dining and entertainment, novelty drinkware, coffee mugs. Click that. Then we put in the product name. Now, if we had gone through the course and everything, we know the correct keywords to put in. But since we don't have that now, just for the sake of making this simpler, I'm just going to copy this and paste that right in there. And then we need to find Actually, and then we also need a brand name. So brand name could be anything. You could do, if you have a URL already, like if you have a website, you could put in that. Or you could do really anything. You could do something like Kathy's Creations, Don's Designs, it doesn't matter. I'll do Kathy's Creations for this. And then we need a UPC code, which you can buy UPC codes in bulk and get them for really like pennies on the dollar. So let me grab a UPC code. Okay, so I think this one was like, I don't know, 3 cents or 5 cents or something for this UPC. It's not expensive at all. Then we go over to, so we're going to skip variations. We're going to go to the offer. And condition is going to be new. Price, I mentioned I do $14.95 for white mugs. Usually, oops, I may have put in, I think that should be fine. And then I'm going to click here. I want to ship this item to myself, to the customer if it sells. And the reason why I want to ship this item myself to the customer if it sells instead of sending it to Amazon is because I don't want to have to spend any money on buying any inventory or anything. I just want to only sell this as it sells. I don't need to lay on any money. I don't need to do anything, any risk assessment or whatever. And for quantity, I'm going to put in a bunch of 9s really because we have unlimited quantities. We can sell unlimited amounts of mugs. Then we need to put in some images. Here I'm getting a warning setting for this part, so maybe I have, okay, we'll put there. I must have had the same title for something else. We actually have my outsourcers now making designs as well. Okay, so then the next thing we do is we go over to Gearbubble and we grab these different designs so that we can have images. Now, by the way, with what I put in Amazon so far, we could have just listed the mug and been fine, and it would have shown up in Amazon. But obviously without pictures, it's going to be hard to sell, so let me save some of these. I'll just save this front crochet too. And we'll go back there. And then we can very easily upload. And then that's it. We hit save and finish, and then it's ready to go. I don't know if I have, maybe I used this UPC code once before or something. I thought I checked, but let me double see if this one works. But normally, you just have the UPC, you erase it from your little file as you go through, and you are good to go. See here. Okay, this is just a UPC thing that I didn't save. Value Kathy's, we'll name this Kathy. Okay, well, we can go back here. I promise normally I just must have messed up with the UPCs. You just put in the UPC, you hit save and finish. It's extremely simple, and it just takes a couple seconds to get each listing up. Now, of course, we would normally want to go and optimize. So what we like to do in the course is we have different descriptions that you can put in. So we have descriptions you can copy and paste right into your Amazon. We have different templates and different things. We have mock-ups so you can have more pictures because Amazon actually, they like the more pictures you have, the better. So we have different things that you can put in for that, and different things to just basically boost up in these search engine rankings as much as possible. We also have a mug launching software, because if you do Amazon right and you put in the descriptions and everything you're supposed to put in, then it can take a couple minutes per product listing. So we have a software that templates it all out for you so you can list hundreds of mugs within seconds. It's really awesome. I mentioned personalized mugs. We go over this in the course, but how the personalized mugs work is that you can put in mug designs on Amazon and then have areas where people can add in more information. For example, you might have something like enter your date here, and then that's the day that this girl met the most amazing man in the world. Or it might be you have a stock image from some random site that's able to be used commercially. And, for example, I have one of like a gerbil or something. It's a little cartoon gerbil, and it says, name here. So someone would give their name, loves gerbils. And then we get orders that way. And this way you can start selling the mugs for like $39.95, $29.95. It's very, very simple. And with the personalized mugs on Gear Bubble, it's extremely simple to do. You just click a button and then you drag and drop to wherever you want a personalized area, and you can make that happen. Then the next step is to launch on more sites. The other reason why I like to start with Amazon is because there's a way that you can push a button and have all of your Amazon listings imported into other marketplaces. I haven't found a way to do this from other marketplaces to Amazon, but one of the things we go over in the course is how you can do it the other way. So basically, you really only need to do the work once. You learn the best practices for eBay, Etsy, and Shopify if you want to have a Shopify store. Again, I don't really recommend you do Shopify or anything else that involves you spending money until you're making money. You have that. There's a video in there from a woman. I actually was walking around a flea market, which I hadn't been to flea market in years, and I haven't been back since I went the last time, but I decided to go to one, and I saw a woman who was selling these really cool canvases. And I asked her if she sells on Etsy, and she said, yeah, she's actually doing really well on Etsy. She said that her college professors want her to go back and teach a class on it. And I somehow convinced her to make a video for us showing us how she makes her sales. She says she does it all with Etsy sponsored ads. She spends like $2 a day or something, and she explained how we do that. So there's a video in there explaining that. There's a tool that helps you rack up a lot of feedback on eBay, so we walk over how you can show you how to do that. A lot more there. And the other sites, by the way, are so underrated. Here is one example someone posted, is anyone getting sales without ads? And Benny posted, oh yeah, Low-Hanging System by Rachel Rofe. He is someone who's getting a ton of sales on Etsy. He posted September 7th. He hit 100 sales already, but he's gotten a lot more since then. And Etsy, you could do a little bit more fancier designs on Etsy if you want, but the basic black and white does great too. Necklaces do really awesome on there. So we go over how to do all of that. Then the next step is to process your orders. Now, someone once told me when I was starting to do my online marketing that making money online is really a direct correlation of how many buy buttons you have out there. So the more opportunities you have for people to buy from you, the more opportunity you have to make money. And because you're learning how to make these products within seconds, really, you can create hundreds of buy buttons, put them all over, and make more money. You're absolutely, if you follow the system, going to be processing orders. I actually do not know of one person who's been doing the system who hasn't made a sale yet. It's really awesome. Then optional from there, if you want, you can scale up. As I was saying, if you want to go and then do a Shopify store or different things, you can do that. And so in the course, we go over, if you decide to create a Shopify store, for example, how you can start building up an email list, how you can start bundling your products and doing gift baskets and different things. So we cover that as well. And people in the course have been getting really fantastic results. Here's someone who said that in her first week she made 5 sales, and then sales have consistently improved. She made 440 sales since starting. We have other people here we have so many testimonials, probably hundreds actually of testimonials at this point for people who are getting great results. Someone says she made 11 sales, Marta, 46 sales, 23 on Etsy, 23 on Amazon, 2 t-shirts on Etsy. Scott Kevin said he finally joined the 100 Sold Club, but he actually posted a week or two after saying that he just made his $1,000 badge on Amazon where he made $1,000 in sales. I love this one because someone posted she had 36 sales. I asked her how many sales she's up to. She said 36 sales. And then 15 minutes later, she said 37. She got another sale. I love it. We have this guy who is he's a friend of mine, so he's been telling people how he's been doing. He first put one mug up on Amazon, and he got sales within a couple of days, and he was excited about it. He put up another one. Now he's making $75 to $100 a week profit through Amazon and Etsy, which covers car payments. It's a lot of money. He only has, see on the bottom, he only has 35 mugs up at all. 10 products on Amazon and 25 products on Etsy. Actually, it's only 25 products he has, but he put 25 on Etsy and 10 of the 25 on Amazon. And $75 to $100 profit at a time it's not even Christmas. It's pretty cool. We had someone else, by the way, she just made almost $10,000 in 2 days with one of her mugs. And because we have such a great community in our Facebook group, she went through and I asked her a bunch of questions. I did a little interview, which was what that Facebook post was about. She answered, and then she went through and answered more questions for people. She explained exactly how she did that. And that was back September 27th. She just did it again. I was so happy because she was so generous in sharing all of her knowledge with everybody, and I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, is it going to be something where other people try to do the same exact thing, and maybe she won't do this again, but she did it. It was awesome. So that's really cool. We have all kinds of people. And the cool thing is, by the way, I've been telling you how you can sell on the sites just by listing up the products and getting the sales. But there's other kind of side business models that people have been doing with this. Some people are doing bulk sales. Sometimes it's just because people see your listings and they ask. For example, this guy said, Jody, he sold 50 mugs to one customer. Another person, a bulk order for 18 mugs. Marta, she had posted on her Facebook group asking what happens if someone is making a fraudulent order, because she didn't know why somebody ordered 11 at once. But it was a legitimate 11 sale order, and sometimes you just have people who want the bulk mugs. And then sometimes there are people going to different businesses and asking, hey, do you want bulk mugs with your logo on them? And they're making sales that way too. We have this person who he said that he basically had an idea to create a club logo for somebody who he had a friend who was in a biking club, and he made a mug in, he said, 10 minutes, which is like probably 10 times longer than he even needed to spend on it. But he made that mug, he showed it to his friend loved the mug and showed it to all the people in his biking club, and then he made 23 sales of that one mug. So you can see there's so many different types of things you can do here, and it's so low risk to be able to create these awesome different designs. Here's a bunch more different designs from all different types of people. Lots of people who make their first sales with this. It's just so easy. People are getting all kinds of fantastic results. Check out some of these bonuses. I love this little slide. Check out how we see it in the back. The first bonus that we offer is free access for a year to use Bubble Dropship. Now, this is something where basically I mentioned that your profits, you're going to have to pay $4.95 for a mug and then $4.95 for shipping. And that's for people who are in the dropship program. The dropship program is something that is normally $997 a year, but you get it for free to be able to sell your products and pay those prices. If you didn't have dropship, you would have to pay $1 extra per item, so you'd have to pay $5.95 per mug, and then you'd only be able to do it for 25 products, and then you'd have to pay a monthly fee. Now, hundreds of people have paid $997 for this. It's not like an inflated kind of hypey, let me throw out a big number kind of thing. Actually, my boyfriend owns Bubble, and I've seen all the receipts go through for all the people that have paid him for this dropship. It's awesome. And you get to save the $997 a year. You don't have to pay the per product fees. You have no product limits. This is something that hundreds of thousands of dollars have been put in development costs for it. And it's something, they've been working on it for over 14 months. It's bulletproof tested. It works really, really well. And so what you can do then is you can just have your products with the next bonus. So that's the first part. What you can do now, what we just added, is you're going to get a free Amazon integration so that for a year you're going to be able to put your product on Youth Gear Bubble, and it's going to auto-update to Amazon for you. You click a button, so you put up your product just like I did with the crochet thing. Then you can go and click upload, and after you click that button, the product will get sent over to Amazon on your behalf. And then every time you make a sale, the customer details will get sent back to Gear Bubble. It'll get fulfilled for you, drop shipped to your customer, and it's completely passive for you. You don't need to do anything. So this saves you a ton of time. It saves you the need to hire an assistant. And this is something that, it was just put out a couple days ago actually. It's going to cost either $997 a year or $1 an order extra. So without these two bonuses, you would be paying $2 extra per mug on top of it. So you would obviously reduce your profit a lot. And third bonus is you're going to get $50 in credits in your dropship account, which basically means your first 10 mugs are free and you don't need to pay for them. So the way that it works when you go into Gear Bubble, the dropship program, is you only order the mugs after you sell them, and you put in your details and you pay for the mug. You're going to have $50 ready to use, even for, let's say you want to do, each mug is going to cost the $4.95 for the mug and then $4.95 for shipping and handling. So you can count it as 5 mugs with the shipping and the actual mug that you won't even have to pay for at all, because we want to help you start getting your sales. It's a win-win, right? Because as I said, my boyfriend owns Gear Bubble. I actually own the fulfillment center that sells the mugs, so it's awesome. I love getting really great reviews. If you guys remind me, I can show you some of the testimonials and the feedback we're getting from the Facebook group for people who are doing so well. I want to make it as easy as possible for you to succeed. And I mean, the thing, like, you already have no design costs, you have no ad costs, not enough in material costs for your first orders. You can use the 5 mugs to get the $50 to get your initial sales and get reviews. You can no longer do incentivized reviews on Amazon, but you can certainly sell people discounted mugs and ask them, not because you're incentivizing, but just, hey, if you liked it, could you leave me a review? Start getting more attraction to your listings, and really doing everything we can to make it very easy for you to succeed. Let me recap everything here that you get. Quick sip of water. Okay, you're going to get everything from the 7 steps, so how to find the niches, to how to get the orders and put them on products, all of that stuff. We have a lot more content from the different 7 steps. You're going to see the case studies that I've put together. We have some really awesome case studies in there. I show you how to get sales from clip art. There are some awesome things that we are doing to use completely free pictures and then sell them on mugs and pillowcases and posters. You go over how to do that, how I've been doing, getting lots of pillowcase sales, how to double your orders, how to capitalize off of different trends, how you can go on different holidays and make tons of sales. You get lifetime access to all of this. You get lifetime access to software. So I showed you that research tool where you can go through Amazon and Etsy and eBay and see what people are buying. You get access to that. You get access to the mug launching tool that can upload hundreds of mugs at once. You get access to all kinds of downloads. We have the mug mock-up pictures I was saying, how you can put on Amazon so you can have more pictures, pillowcase mock-ups, promotional checklists, so that every time you launch something, you have a checklist that you or your outsourcer can look at to make sure you've done everything you can to get as many sales per listing as possible. Search engine checklist. I mentioned this is really easy. You don't need to put a lot of work into it at all, but you're going to get the checklist to make sure you've done that, your mug description templates that you can just copy and paste right into Amazon. Holiday guide. So we have a little PDF that goes over all the upcoming holidays, because you'd be surprised at all the holidays that you could capitalize on. For example, Columbus Day was one I would never think that you'd be able to make sales on, but I had a mug that said something like, in honor of Columbus Day, let's walk into someone's house and pretend we own it, something like that, and that sold a lot. So all the different types of holidays, you can certainly make sales from that. You can learn how to do that. You can go through our Facebook group. We have a really active, awesome Facebook group. We're constantly adding new things in there, so you'll get all the support from there. You get the bonus of the Gear Bubble dropship, $997 real-world value, Amazon integration, $997 real-world value, $50 in credits to your dropship account. You don't risk anything at all. You're completely covered, really, for 30 days. Use the program, put it to use, and then if you decide it's not for you, you can get a full no questions asked refund, no problem. But considering that we're getting closer and closer to Christmas time, I think you're actually going to be thrilled as you see these sales coming in. Again, just to show you, again, even more testimonials. We have so many people who are posting and saying that they're getting such awesome results from this. It's really, really simple, you've seen. And I hope that you join us. I really do. It's such a fantastic system. And here again is everything that you'll get when you invest. So that's the end of my official presentation, but I would love to answer any questions that you guys have. James, if you could just let me know what people are saying. Happy to answer.
Wow, Rachel, I don't know how much time you have, but there are lots of questions. I mean, there are literally hundreds, and maybe even 1,000 comments and questions. People are saying how great this presentation's been. Let me read to you what Patty said. Patty said, I have purchased several of Rachel's products and purchasing today too because Rachel always over-delivers. She's always there for you. She is as sweet as she sounds, and as a marketer, Rachel is a role model.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Patty. That's really nice.
James says, excellent information. Is there a way to automate the order dropship process? Okay, so Rachel, we have just tons of questions. There's no way we're going to be able to get through all these questions. So to knock out a lot of the questions, I think if we just walked people through an example, it would help them to understand exactly how the process works, okay? So let's say, for example, that I'm selling a mug, and I'm going to start off listing that mug on a coffee mug on Amazon, right? Now, do I list it as FBA or FBM, fulfilled by Amazon, fulfilled by merchant?
So it's fulfilled by merchant because we're not going to spend any money on inventory at all. And actually, let me show you real quick how cool this new Amazon integration is.
Oh, yeah.
You just click over here you go to My Account and go on your little shopping cart, which everyone who purchases gets, and then you go over to New Stores. This just came out, by the way, like super recently, just a couple days ago. And then you just click Upload, and it'll automatically upload your products. This product is uploading to Amazon. This can take up to 15 minutes for Amazon to process your product. Check back later today to ensure everything's uploaded successfully. Like, boom, done, that's it. And then every time you get sales after that, it automatically gets sent to dropship on your behalf. It gets dropshipped to your customers without having to do anything else. The tracking numbers get updated, all of it. That's
another whole set of questions there about drop shipping. So we've got it on Amazon, and it's listed as FBM, fulfilled by merchant, which let me talk about that a little bit, though, because if you are new to selling on Amazon, there's something that just recently happened at Amazon maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago where Amazon all of a sudden said, hey, we don't want to take any more fulfilled by Amazon merchants right now until after the Christmas season is over. So if you're doing fulfilled by Amazon, and you're a new seller, then you can't. They won't let you. They won't let you sign up to do that. But fulfilled by merchant, though, you're fine. That's no problem at all, because the reason Amazon did that was because of storage issues they have in their warehouse. So this is a way that you can make money on Amazon and get around all that. All right. Now, so we have our mug out there. Our mug is listed, Rachel. So now an order comes in. Someone orders that mug. Now what happens?
So if you're using the Amazon integration, all the customer details automatically get sent to Gearbubble, and then the fulfillment centers for each product see what we need to ship, basically. So if you sold that crocheting mug, the fulfillment center says, okay, cool, we need to create this crocheting mug on demand, which they do, and then it gets shipped to your customer on your behalf. And as soon as the item gets shipped, there's a tracking number which gets sent back over to your Amazon account, and your customer gets updated that the mug is on the way. Now, by the way, the items are sent, that's what the drop shipping is called, drop ship is basically when they're being sent on your behalf. They're usually shipped, usually within a couple days lately. It's very, very quick. It's all from within the United States, so you don't need to worry about, sometimes people will go and ship a bunch of things from China or something, and it'll take forever for people to get their products. That's not what this is. It's very high quality, awesome products being shipped quickly.
Okay, so that just relieved a lot of people's anxieties there with a lot of different things that you just said. Number one, you don't have to worry about sourcing the mug. Is Gearbubble the entity that has the mugs, Rachel? The blank mugs? Okay, so they have the blank mugs, and then all you do, your design gets printed on the mugs. I guess they do more or less, it's print on demand, right? So when an order comes in, they print it on demand. They ship it out for you. All right, you don't have to even go into your Amazon account because the information gets transferred from Amazon to Gearbubble, and I assume if you're using eBay or Etsy, there's a way of doing that as well. All right, and then let me ask you this though: when the order goes out, does it have Gearbubble's name on it? Whose name does it have on it as the merchant?
So it has. I think it's just the address. It might say it definitely has the address. I think it just might say the address, and the address is in Bristol, Pennsylvania. It may say Gearbubble, but either way, there's no inserts or anything where customer information or anything is taken. It's very much just take the mug, put it in the package, ship it out. Okay,
and I was hoping that clarifying that would knock out a lot of questions at once, and I just got double the questions that we had. So. Let me go through here, and I'm going to pick out some of the questions that are being asked the most. One of the most asked questions is, will this work in other areas besides the U.S.? Will this work in the UK? Will it work in Australia, etc.?
Absolutely. Actually, I'll show you we have a members area, so I could give you guys a walkthrough if you think that would be helpful. But
yeah, I think it would, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll show you, and then I'll quickly show you the international thing. And then I'll walk you through everything. But in the members area, we have an entire section here for exactly how you can sell on Amazon if you're an international seller. Now, if you are there's I think 9 oh, I guess I need to log in here. If you are in a couple of the certain countries, and I'll show you guys the list, you don't need to do anything at all extra. You just sign up. And then if you're outside of that, it's no problem. You just have to do like a couple extra things. It's no problem. And then you can get listed that way. Because I'm in the United States, I didn't know how to do this, so I had somebody who lives in the UK create this video for you. So she walked you through, and then here are the different countries that is absolutely seamless. And then again, very easy if you're in other countries. We have a Facebook thread dedicated to answering any follow-up questions, but once people go through this video, they're totally cool. And let me show you here what the training looks like so you can see. Okay, so here is the members area, and the way it works is first we go through, obviously, just an introduction. We go through the overall process. We go over how you can find proven concepts, how you can make your great design, how to take those designs and put them on different mock-ups. So not even necessarily just the ones you get on Gearbubble, but because I have so many other mock-ups that you can use, like with people holding the different mugs and different things, we show you how to do that, how you can launch your products, how to find the keywords. We have a ton here on how to launch on Amazon. Some of the cool things, how to do the search engine optimizations, how to get discounted codes when you're selling discounted products, how to do the sponsored ads, personalized mugs, for sure you want to learn how to do that. The bonus software, how to create variations, tons of downloads, things for if you need, sometimes there's categories where you need approval to list, so we walk on how to do that. You see here how to post on other sites. So we go over how to list products on different sites, how you can kind of figure out the best practices, different things you can do to get the most leverage possible, how to do Etsy sponsored ads, Etsy outside manufacturing. So you're probably getting some questions about this because Etsy is, it's a handmade kind of market. And so what we do is totally within Etsy's terms of service. It's no problem, but you do need to fill out the application. And so I've walked through all the different questions that people are asked when they're filling out the application, and we go through and answer every single question. We give you guys pictures and different things you can use, and we have people all the time saying they've been approved. So it's actually nobody has not been approved. You just copy and paste exactly what I give you basically. How you can process the orders, how to scale up. Then we have the case studies, and I didn't have this part on the slides yet actually because I'm just constantly adding more and more value, honestly, to make it as great as possible because I get amped up when I'm seeing all these different people who are having great results. It's really fun. So what I've been doing lately is if people have a mug that they maybe think it's not selling for whatever reason, they don't understand why, or if it is selling and they want to maximize it even more, I'll do walkthroughs of their listings, and then I'll put them in the Facebook group, and then I'll put them here so you can go through and get more ideas. And then we also have downloads. And I think there's even more things that I mentioned on the slides here too, but we really go over it and give you everything that you would need to do well. So mug mockups, places where you can list your products besides Amazon, Etsy, eBay, process if you want to hand this off to an outsourcer, all the prices and shipping rates in one place, or holiday calendar, descriptions, mockups, monthly campaign checklist. Because if you are doing something like Shopify, for example, which again you don't need to do, but if you have a store like I do, I have a complete checklist where I have it broken out for an outsourcer where it says, like every Monday we come up with new designs, and every Wednesday we do this, and every Thursday we launch, and it goes exactly into everything so that it's all templated out. So you can download that, checklist, product bundle. So that's another thing you can do on Amazon is you can put little bundles together where maybe you sell someone a mug and the matching t-shirt and you put them both on one listing. Or you could do different things, right? So you could do like one mug and then a similar t-shirt and put them together. So there's mock-ups here for that. There's mock-ups for necklaces where we have women and their neck and you can see them wearing the necklaces. So you have cool mock-ups. The promotional checklist, color-changing mock-ups, all of that is included. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the different things that we cover. And I guess while I'm here, I could show you the Facebook group too to show you what that looks like. Do you have any questions on that part?
No, not that part. We just have more and more questions coming in.
Okay, I'm happy to answer.
I'm doing different things.
Cool. Yeah. Well, then we'll answer then. So you guys see what the Facebook group looks like. I mentioned the Amazon integration. It was just a couple days ago. So the 23rd, what's today? 27th, 4 days ago, it came out. The critiques I was telling you about, we have people go in and give each other tips, like how you can do the coupon codes. Oh, we have this, which I'd love to show you. It's a album that we have of all people who have wins, testimonials. They've made a sale or something. We update that. People going in. Oh, and here, you guys are the first people to know outside of the group. But I have another software. People have been saying they want an even easier software that they can use their images, that they can create images on. Maybe people don't like using their smartphone. I'm the same way. I don't like having to carry my smartphone and do stuff on there. So we have a desktop-based tool that everyone in low-hanging system is going to get just as part of the course. See, people are really excited about it. Oh, we do flash contests and stuff. So like the other day, I said, I'm going to give away $100 today. You can win in 2 days. Whoever comes up with the most designs, and then whoever, if you even do 5 designs, then you get a chance to win. Just to incentivize people, get them pumped up to make designs. So you can see here, it's really, really supportive, lots of questions and different things. And here's this album where we have all the different people posting that they're getting such great results. This person, she was worried she was getting failed to process payment because her credit card actually stopped for a second. This was before the Amazon integration. They thought that she was doing something fraudulent because she was getting so many orders. Her mug was actually featured all over the news and everything. It was really cool. So all kinds of different things. This person just listed 13 months, 15 posters, sold 5 more in the past couple days. I asked him the other day, he sold like, I don't know, 40 or 50 or something. Anyway, I won't drag you through all of them, but tons and tons of great testimonials here and a very active Facebook group.
Okay, great. I'm getting another question that's coming in quite often, and it's who handles returns if a mug is broken or a customer returns it. Can you go over that, refunds and things like that?
Sure. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Gosh. Returns are handled by Gearbubble, so you don't need to worry about that. Most mugs, by the way, will not be broken because we have a really fantastic little package that we do that we ship the mugs in. It's a recyclable foam that has a 0.007% break rate, which I just have to brag about because I get so excited about it. It's really awesome. It's a foam package that's custom fitted to a mug, so you just stick the mug in, you close the package, you put tape over it, and we very rarely have broken mugs. But if you did need to refund for whatever reason, your customers would just work with the Gearbubble customer support. They would refund it for you, and if it was an error on our part, we would go and just ship the mug back out, of course, free of charge to you.
Okay, perfect. And is there information in the course, is there information on these 3 things? We've got these 3 things being asked often. Number 1, training on Gearbubble. Number 2, training on Amazon, how to set up your Amazon Seller Central account and all that. And number 3, how to market your products.
Yeah, that's all covered in there. We have this section on how to upload your products into Gearbubble, so that's really all you need to know in terms of Gearbubble. If you have questions on like how to create stores and stuff, we cover that a little bit in the Facebook group. As far as how to market on Amazon, and absolutely, like we go over it. We do have a section, by the way, on setting up your Seller Central account and setting up all your templates and stuff. It's very quick. And then as far as marketing, that's really what a lot of the course is about. It's just how to get very easy sales from these different sites, because it's not about just listing. I wanted to find kind of the highest leverage ways to put your listings on different sites without having to do much work, but still get sales. So it's little things like using keywords in certain places and different things that make a huge difference. And that's a lot of what we cover, whatever is going to be the simplest way of getting sales.
I've got to find my place here just a minute. Okay, so this is a good question that we need to cover. JB wants to know, is the Amazon account separate from our regular Seller Central account, or will it all be under the same account if I already sell other products?
It's all right in that same Seller Central account.
Yeah, and I just want to iterate this again. You don't ever want to open a second Amazon account. That can get you in real trouble with Amazon. Okay, so everything is under the same account. And it's even your buyer account. If you buy products from Amazon, it's the same. It's going to be the same account as your seller account. And what is the guarantee of this program?
30 days. Pretty much, you have to check out the course, and get the bonus and all that, and if for whatever reason you don't like it, then we will refund. We have a really low refund rate on this course. People absolutely love it. I mean, the course is, like, people really like the course, but then when you have the dropship bonuses and the Amazon integration, which people are legit paying $997 a year for, it's really nuts to even want to return it, really, but certainly you're covered.
Okay, and does Gear Bubble integrate with Shopify?
Yes. Yep. So you can put your products, you can do the same upload thing that I was showing you for Amazon. You can upload right to your Shopify store, and then once you sell on Shopify, it'll automatically be fulfilled for you and tracking numbers updated and all that good stuff.
Okay, perfect. What is the typical shipping time for a product in the U.S.?
So it depends, obviously, on what season it is. Christmas might be a little bit more busy, but we've actually had posts on Gear Bubble of the Facebook group that people are seeing that their mugs are being shipped out like same or next day recently, which has been really, really cool. I know for the Mug Fulfillment Center, we do mugs, pillowcases, and posters there. We just upgraded to get these huge ovens that can go and do tons of mugs at once. So it's been really great. But normally, I like to say be safe. So I'll normally say somewhere from like a week to 2 weeks, tell people, so we can under-promise and over-deliver, but it's generally very fast.
Yeah, great, great. All right, Amazon has two different types of accounts. They have the professional account and the basic or personal account. So do you need to have the professional account with Amazon?
No, you don't. You don't. Usually I'll tell people to not purchase it until they're seeing results. So, no, you don't need it. There's some cool things that you can do with it, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, and actually, there's actually a you'll know exactly when you want to upgrade to the professional account, because the professional account costs you $39 or $40 a month. All right, and so if you just have the basic account, then you don't pay that extra $40 a month. However, you pay an extra, like, I think it's $1 per item sold if you don't have the professional account. So once you're selling at least 40 items a month, that's when you pull the trigger and get the professional account. Okay?
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. And I think they even have a 30-day trial, right?
They do, yes.
Yeah, so if you're on trend to get the 40 items, then you can check out the trial then as well.
Donna says, I'm getting in today. I've looked at selling mugs, but having this type of support and direction, ABC123 is exactly what I need. Donna, that's a great point. It's a great point to have someone that you can just trust, someone that has been through this. You know, Rachel is not just talking the talk, she's walking the walk. She's showing you that she knows how to do this. And she created this training, and she is very, I guess, how can I put this? She is very familiar with the guy who invented Gear Bubble, aren't you, Rachel?
Yes, yes.
You know, you kind of know him, right?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, he's my boyfriend. I think I mentioned before, he's my boyfriend, so I know exactly like the ins and outs of what he's doing, and I know how to kind of maximize it.
Right, and Rachel, that's one of the things that's really impressed me about you over the years is you know how to you figure out how to maximize things. You figure out how to take something that has a certain potential and then just pile drive it until you squeeze every bit of potential out of it. I love that about you.
Thank you. I did the empathy, or the Strength Finders thing, and my number one strength is empathy, and I think maximizer is number 2. So thanks.
Oh, here's a good question. Debbie wants to know, what items does Gear Bubble offer, so besides mugs?
Necklaces, bracelets, T-shirts, hoodies. I can actually show you real quick. It's all kinds of different ones. Posters. Posters are really cool, by the way. One of the cool things I've been doing with posters is I'll take stock photos that we can use commercially, and then I'll put different filters on them, so they're different colors and different things, and sell them like that. It takes 3 seconds to make a filter. There's going to be a case study in that inside the group, and really, really cool stuff. So you can see here, coffee mugs, necklaces, bracelets, shirts, hoodies, phone cases. I don't recommend the hats and beanies, pillowcases, and posters.
Oh, hats. You know what? Someone asked earlier if you have hats, and I said I didn't think so, but I see now that you do have hats. So
we do have hats, but the hats and the beanies I don't usually talk about because they have a an approval process, which is fine if people want to go through, no problem. But because I want everything to be as seamless as possible, I don't teach about it much.
Oh, it's a approval process with Amazon, you mean?
No, with Gear Bubble, because a lot of people want to do the trademark things.
Oh, yeah.
So we can't have that. Yeah.
All right, and Kathleen asks a question. We covered this, but I'm going to go ahead and cover it again. She says, if someone pays for an order on Amazon, how does Gear Bubble get paid?
So basically, you'll get paid from Amazon directly, and then when you order your mugs, you would pay Gear Bubble after you make the sale. Does that make sense?
Yes. All right, and do you have an integration yet with eBay? Or just
we don't
Gear
have
Bubble?
integration. No, we don't have the eBay integration yet, but the way that works is very simple. When you get an order from eBay, you can just go into your dropship section in Gear Bubble, and you just put in the customer information and then just whatever item you're ordering. Then it gets automatically sent to the fulfillment center, so it takes less than a minute to put in the information. And then once it's shipped, then you'll get a tracking number back, and then you just put it in eBay. And actually, eBay is the next integration that's coming out, so it's on the way. And until then, it's very, very simple.
Okay. James says, hi, James and Rachel. I picked this up because I sell on Shopify. He drop ships from China and was looking to get into a market that could ship to people before Christmas without the delay from overseas. Well, James, you got into the perfect thing then. This is absolutely great for that. And congratulations on getting in today.
Yes, and thank you very much.
All right, Beth says she's in. I wanted the Gear Bubble bonus. Where can I find the Facebook page? So, Rachel, that group is a members-only group, right? And then I guess you'll send it out after their order's gone through?
Exactly. Once you sign up, you're going to get immediate access into the members area. If you click on resources at the top, it's going to be right in there. It's the top resource. You can click on there, and then I think it's also in your welcome email, the link to it.
Okay, great. Any thought on integrating with ThriveCart? I have never heard of ThriveCart. Have you, Rachel?
I haven't, but if it's something that gets a good amount of traffic, I could certainly recommend it.
Okay, and Christina says, does the $997 a year, that's for the drop shipping, which you get as a bonus. So you're not paying $997 a year, but how many products does that cover? Is there any number of products?
Yes, unlimited products with that $997 option. That's the best option there is.
Right.
So you get it all. It's really cool.
Yeah, I like the word unlimited. It's great.
I'm a fan.
Okay, and here's another question that's come up several times that I haven't covered yet. How is the training delivered? Your training, is it all at once? Do you get to log in and see everything, or is it drip feed, or is it live?
Yeah, I'm really glad that you asked that, because another thing that I forgot to put in the slides, but I've added, so everything gets set, you get everything immediately. I don't want to do anything that's going to slow you down. And the way that I like to consume content is the way that I gave you the content, which is there are all the little videos, as I was showing you in the download thing, and there are a bunch of small videos. So nothing, I don't like to be super verbose about things. Usually it's just point and click to exactly what you want. You can watch the video on that and then move on. So we have that, and we also have transcripts of all the different videos. So if you're somebody who prefers reading to video, then you have that as well.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. So you just click here on the transcript and you're good to go.
Are the mugs boxed?
Boxed. Oh, so they're in that little foam package that we use. It's something that actually costs a bit more for the fulfillment center to use those packages, but because it has such a low break rate, people love them. We're constantly getting comments on our mug packaging. We use that. So it's not a cardboard box. It's a recyclable foam material.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And so do we get paid our cut by Gear Bubble or by Amazon?
by Amazon.
Yeah, or whoever you're selling through. I mean, you might be selling through eBay. So that's the good thing about this. I mean, you get paid first. You get paid first before you even order the product.
Right, exactly. And with eBay, you get paid instantly. Actually, you get the money that goes directly into your PayPal account.
Oh yeah.
Amazon has I think it's a week or every other week, and the cool thing about the bonus that you have with the $50 credit is that you don't even need to outlay any money because you get basically your first several mugs for free. And then once you start getting paid from Amazon, and if you're making more, like if you sell more than $50 worth of mugs within that first week period or something, well, that's a pretty awesome problem to have. It means you're going to do really great.
And Pablo actually asked this question. You just covered how soon do we get our money? So as Rachel said, if you're using eBay as the source to sell, you get it instantly as soon as the person pays. Amazon, it's generally 2 weeks. But as she also said, you get $50 worth of credit in Gear Bubble, so that's more than enough to pay for many mugs. All right, who provides customer service?
We do. If anyone has any problems, you can ask if you have any questions, but then we'll cover the returns and all the other stuff. So it's very much, you can just kind of create your listings and forget about them. I mean, sometimes like if a customer writes to you, it's going to go directly to your Amazon account, then you can ask, and we can either just connect with the customer on your behalf, or you could just relay back the message. But really, there's very little customer service, especially when you think about these products. Again, we're not selling like super expensive things that people are hemming and hawing about. Just a very easy mug. People get it, they smile, it's over. It's not very intense at all.
Yeah, they're not going to email you a week later and ask you how to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got the new 2.0 mug, and I'm not exactly sure. How do you put that up to your lips?
We do have color. Oh, I forgot to say we have color-changing mugs you could sell too, by the way, which I haven't gotten any questions about that, but that would be the only one that I could see any questions about. But those are really cool. You just it's like a black mug, and then once you put hot liquid in them, it turns white, and then you could see the design that people put in there. So there's one that says something like, like there's one that's like, good morning, I see the assassins have failed, or something like that when someone puts in their morning coffee. Really cool.
All right. James says, I already have a Shopify store. Can I link it to Gear Bubble?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. And you just reminded me, I'm going to go up here in my question box. I remember there were some questions of something about color. So let me see if I can, after you started talking about color, I remembered I saw a question about that.
Okay, well, until I can talk a little bit about them until then if you want.
Yeah, please.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so when you're uploading your mugs, you can sell white mugs, 11 ounces or 15 ounces. But we have metallic mugs, which are pink, silver, and gold. And then we also have black mugs, and you can sell them at 11 ounces or 15 ounces. We also have some more colors coming, by the way, and then the color-changing mugs. And you can sell all of them. And we go over in the course how you can do variations so that people can go to that one Amazon page and then just pick whatever color they want.
How well, and this is from Patty. Patty wants to know how well do photos reproduce?
It depends the type of photo. Usually it's going to be a little bit bigger on, obviously, the Gear Bubble screen, but they usually come out good. Only if you have letters that are extremely thin, then it can be tough because it's just hard to show up, especially on black mugs. White mugs are usually no problem at all. Usually it's fine, though. Usually they're really good. And the thing is, what we do is at the fulfillment center, if there's any problems with something, usually we'll just have our designer recreate it to be higher quality.
Oh, that's great. That's great customer service.
Yeah, we got really lucky with this fulfillment center. They're all really interested in, like, obsessed with quality, which is not something that's always happens, but we have people there who are saying 4 a.m. in the morning when we first started with the black mugs especially. They're looking on YouTube, trying to see what they can do to make sure the black mugs are as black as possible, and they, on their own, started calculating their error rates and stuff. We have a wall of shame at the fulfillment center, so if something doesn't come out to, like, perfect standards, we put it in the wall of shame. So.
All right, still going through the questions here. I've got, literally hundreds and hundreds of comments.
Awesome.
Does each product go to a different page, or can you have all products go to one store, one page? Well, in Amazon, you're going to have each product is going to be its own catalog page in Amazon.
Right, unless you want something with, like if you have the same design and you want to offer the 11 ounce and the 15 ounce for that particular design, then you can put it both on that same Amazon URL and people can pick which one they want.
All right, and getting questions again about based in the UK. We covered that before. It's no problem at all. You can do this even, no matter where in the world you are. I mean, even if you're in a place where you don't really have a market for coffee mugs, you could still sell them in the U.S. They're being drop shipped. Remember, you're in a different country, but you're not shipping the mug from India to the United States, right? It's being shipped by Gear Bubble. So you get the order, and then it gets sent to Gear Bubble. They fulfill the order, so you don't have to worry about shipping something from a different country.
Exactly, and by the way, inside Solar Central, you can click a couple buttons and also have your listings in Canada and Mexico and Japan, and then you can also use the same process and sign up for Amazon Europe, for example. So if you wanted to go to other countries, you're welcome to, but for the bulk of our sales, it's going to be you're just selling within the United States and everything's dropshipped. You can use the fulfillment center's address and the phone number for any customer support kind of things, so it's really great for international.
How about new age products?
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's a lot of people doing really well with meditation, yoga, but then there's things. I have one that says something like, I'm going to do me today. I have one that says, you're awesome. I think one, this is your sign. I mean, there's all kinds of things. Absolutely. People in the new age market love buying new agey things, especially, I mean, if you're in the new age market and you wake up and you have your morning coffee and it's something like, I'm going to attract an awesome day, or I don't know, something new agey. Like, people eat that up. Pillowcases, like remember to breathe right before you go to bed. Love, posters. So many things you can do with that. Sure. So when you purchase, you get the entire system. So we go through everything. I've given you kind of the overview for the steps here in this presentation, but you get a ton more data, like a ton more content. You get all of the videos plus transcriptions for the system. You get case studies. You get mug critiques, which I haven't even put on here. There's that new software coming out, so you can make desktop-based designs. You have beta access to a research tool, the mug launching tool, tons of different downloads. You get access to the Facebook group. And then you get the three huge bonuses. Number one, the Gear Bubble Dropship Program, $997 a year that lots of people have paid for. The Amazon integration that just came out, but it's going to be $997 a year as well, so $2,000 in real-world value there, and then $50 in real credits in your dropship account so that you can basically get your first several months for free.
Okay, and I see more and more people getting in right now too. Christina wants to know, are there updates for life?
Yeah, absolutely. I have, like I said, when I was showing you in the numbers area before, I keep adding more and more things. They're not even in the slides because I just keep adding, and I mean, it's really fast. Yes, you get updates for life. I get really pumped when I see really cool, like, people getting results. It makes me really excited. I think James probably knows for a while I had kind of a love-hate relationship with marketing, and now when I see all these results, it's awesome. Like, it really gets me pumped. I feel really fulfilled by it again. Someone asked if there's a way to offer discounted shipping when people purchase in bulk, and there is, actually. We cover that. I think it's in the Facebook group, but you can definitely, if people are ordering multiple, you don't have to pay $4.95 per mug.
Betty says, I just joined. Congratulations, Betty. And wondering, could I let grandkids create cups or T-shirts in my account?
Yeah, we have a lot of kids doing this program, actually. People have been finding it. The kids love it because it's another way for them to market and make sales, but people have been saying also it's a really good bonding activity because they laugh when they're coming up with different designs and stuff, and absolutely you could have your kids just post the designs in your account.
Oh, I was laughing at some of the stuff you came up with tonight.
Yeah, some of it is awesome. I laugh too. That's why I said it's like a stress reliever for me. We had a lot of people continue asking about the international, so hopefully you guys feel like it's answered there, but if you still have questions, let me know. But just to kind of recap that, we have a section in there made from somebody who lives in the UK on how you can get your products listed. Most countries it's going to be, or many countries it's going to be seamless to get set up with Amazon.com. And if there's any extra steps, the video covers exactly how to do it. And there's a Facebook group where you can ask follow-up questions. Nobody has not been able to list in their country that I've heard of yet.
Okay, and several questions coming at once about this. Talk about T-shirts. Can you go over the quality of the T-shirts? Do they have high-end T-shirts?
Yeah, so I don't like to do a lot of T-shirts on Amazon because Amazon has their merch program, which I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit competing, and the integration it's tough with the T-shirts. On eBay and Etsy, I think it's a lot easier, but as far as quality, I know the T-shirts at least are 100% cotton, and they have, I think, a different one. Let me see. Oops. Let me go over to Gear Bubble. But I mean, they're definitely good quality. I know that Don has had all of his products shipped over to him so that he could test it first, and if it wasn't good, then he didn't buy it. He didn't put it in Gear Bubble. Actually, I could show you on the shirt screen real quick. Were you going to say something, James?
Yeah, while you're on T-shirts, I've got another question about T-shirts. What is the wholesale cost of T-shirts, and what do they typically sell for?
So let me see here. I guess the T-shirt unisex tee is a base cost of $6.50. Sometimes there's promotions. Like right now we have an awesome promotion on mugs. I think they're $1.95 base cost right now. So if you were to sell mugs right now, you get $3 extra per. And then also inside the low-hanging system in the download area, there's that thing that you can download that has all the prices and the shipping and everything. And you can see when you go to launch your mugs as well, it'll say right here on that screen, it'll tell you what the base cost is. Let me just walk this over because my computer's about to die. Okay, so there's the unisex tee, women's tee, hoodies, unisex tank tops, sweaters, V-neck, zip hoodies, long sleeve tee, and I know one of the things they're going to be introducing soon is all over print so that you can have images on the sleeves and all kinds of cool places. And right now you can have images on the back as well.
Images on the sleeve. I haven't seen anyone else doing that. That's pretty cool.
They are so cool looking. And those are the types of things, especially if you have really nice designs, you can charge so much money for them, and people are so happy to get them. We actually quickly upload this graphic that we did so that you can.
I'm not sure if you covered this, but while you're going through that, is there a charge for Shopify integration?
It's included in that $997 a year bonus.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes, but you don't have to pay it.
Exactly. How's that? I'll just make a couple of these and I'll show you guys what you can do here. But if you have other questions in the meantime, feel free to ask. Oh, and by the way, while I'm here, see where it says personalized design layer? This is where you can do the personalization thing. So I could put, for example, here, I could have it say name here, like Jackie, what do you mean crocheting doesn't count as exercise? Or people could do personalized photo mugs. So you could say, my boyfriend's the greatest guy in the world or whatever. And then people on Amazon could upload pictures, and then they could have a picture of them, the boyfriend and the girlfriend, put on the back of the mug or a T-shirt or whatever. So for that, I'll just include this personalization thing. And you can have the personalization layer say whatever you want.
Lots more people saying they're in. Congratulations on getting in.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, guys.
Love the personalization feature. Yeah, I do too. I didn't even know that was there, Rachel.
Yeah, it's really
cool.
cool. There we go. You can make these things do anything.
Do they have string gym shirts?
String gym? Oh, no. I'm pushing real hard to get those Bella Racerback tank tops in now. The ones that you can wear to the gym. I think they're really nice. Okay, and then so any of these, you could just go through and click View Sizing Chart, and then it's going to give you the information on that particular product. So for example, this one is pre-shrunk cotton that feels great, seamless body, yada yada. So you can go through, just sign up for Use Gear Bubble, and then you can play around.
Okay, Donald says, will we be selling mainly through our own site and our own niche, not on Amazon? I mean, either or, Donald. You can sell on Amazon. That's probably the best place to start, right, Rachel?
Yeah, I mean, Amazon, Etsy, eBay, they're all really great. A lot of people either start on Amazon or Etsy. I don't know why. They just seem to pick one or the other. And those are where the bulk of your sales are going to be. And then once you start making lots of sales after that, then you can go and make your own site and do work there. But I don't want you to spend any time making a site or putting effort into anything until you see that there's going to be a return on investment for you. It's all about making things easy as possible. Someone said, if I have access to exclusive graphics, could I add those to the mugs? Absolutely. If you have the rights to sell them, no problem. Can you sell through your own website? Absolutely. Someone who wanted to confirm the bonus, all your bonus instructions are going to be when you first sign in. How long will it take for the order placed until it ships? It's usually just a couple days. What shipping method would you use, 2 day or 3 days? So we usually use first class mail, is what we tell people to do. How much does it cost to produce a poster? So the posters, and by the way, again, you can go into the download section and click the section where it has all the items and the shipping prices, and then you'll have everything there in one handy little sheet. The posters, I think, they're different depending on the size. There's 10 by 10, 12 by 12, and so on. So you can just click through and check. I don't remember off the top of my head, but the cool things about the posters is that they're glossy, they're very high quality, and they are shipped in tubes, yeah. Randomly, we have someone on our team who used to work at some kind of shop where all he did all day was roll up posters. So he's really good at making things look fantastic. No, you don't need to pay more if you want to print on both sides. The $4.95 for the white mug is flat cost no matter what. Can you really make a six-figure income doing this? Yeah, I mean, you saw when I don't know if you were on in the very beginning, but I showed you my screenshot from the last 30 days at a time when we're not even at peak, $12,000 in the last 30 days. And I say that, but it's still halfway throughout the day, so I'm sure it's been more. I mean, maybe a couple $100 more. How long has Gear Bubble been in business, and where are they located? So it's been in business for, I think, about 1.5 years or 2 years, and it's located, there's different fulfillment centers in different places. They have the Mug Fulfillment Center, pillows, posters, that's in Pennsylvania. The necklace facility is in Kansas. The shirts, I think, are in Missouri. And then there's also one in, I believe, England that's going to be doing the all-over print. Mugs, T-shirts can be any color. Well, not any color. There's like 16 or so different options or something that you can choose from. Is your quality on the mug the same or better than Cafe Press? So I'm partial to our mugs, but I will tell you we have freaking phenomenal quality, and whenever I travel, when I go to different like souvenir shops and stuff, I'll take little pictures of the mugs that I see at the shops, because invariably there's some kind of smudge or chip or something, and I send them to our warehouse because I know that they see them and they laugh and they get so happy and they're like, ha ha, we would never do something like that, and they feel so good about themselves. It's really phenomenal quality mugs. We have the best Orca coating on them, and everything's really great. We use a more expensive ink to make sure that things last for a long time. The quality is really outstanding. Can we sell direct to the Gear Bubble page? Yes.
I just want to say, Rachel, that was a great testimonial about the quality of the products. I could tell. I could feel the passion in your voice as you were saying that.
Yeah, thanks. I tried to stop myself to not get that into it, but really, I'm really proud of what we have over there. They really do an awesome job. Someone asked if there's any limit to how many designs you can create, and nope, you can create as many as you want. Pillowcases are only white, yes. How long do our designs stay on Gear Bubble? Indefinitely, unless you end them. Do you charge more for black and metallic mugs? The black mugs are more, $7.95 I think. I'm not sure what the metallic mugs are. Let's see real quick. And if you have any questions that you see in the meantime, feel free to ask. But I hear you typing probably an answer to someone
yes.
right now.
Sorry. I should have muted myself. But
no, it's fine. What source do we use for images that we can use? So we cover all of that in the course. If you go into, I think it's in Sales from Stock Photos, we go through all of the different places that you can get pictures. And I think maybe it's in another place as well.
Yeah, and let me just go over this. It's very important, though. She covers places you can get pictures that you can legally use.
Yeah.
You know, that are royalty-free, even commercially.
Absolutely. And the metallic price, it looks like the base cost for those is $6.95. And of course, you can charge more for those mugs as well. But again, I would just use very basic, either white mugs or black mugs, unless you're putting metallic mugs on the same page as other white ones, because the more mass market we can make these and the more less like specific these are, the easier it is for people to buy them. Do you charge to recreate the design? Debbie, there's tools like clippingmagic.com. It's on CLIPPING magic, clippingmagic.com, where you can just click a few buttons and get backgrounds taken out, or you can go on Fiverr and hire people to do that.
All right, so thank you, Rachel. This has been a phenomenal webinar. I really appreciate it. Great working with you again. We haven't worked together in a while.
No, it's been great.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.